Hello, my dear friends. Shurma here. A very warm welcome to you, and I'm so glad you chose to stop by. Today's project is about how to paint Texas roses for a faraway friend. The materials needed for today's project are all listed over here. So, why wait? Let's get started. In the beginning, I have a white watercolor paper which is 4 inches by 6 inches in size, and I've dropped some very pale green and blue watercolor on the paper and also masked off the edges with a 1/2 inch tape. This forms a background for today's roses. So here is the palette for the painting. I have deep magenta, permanent rose, pink and white acrylic on my palette, and a flat brush number 6 which I have loaded with pink, permanent rose and white. So this is multi-loading of the brush, and the technique is one stroke deco art style. Before I go on to paint the roses, I pick up my flat brush number 4 with permanent rose and a bit of deep magenta on it and create a very loose form of the rose. Thereafter, I go ahead and pick up my flat brush number 6, which is already loaded with pink, permanent rose and white acrylic. And I start with the first layer of the petals of the first rose. Here I'm trying to create the center of the rose, and this is the bowl. As I move towards the outer petals, you will find me loading the brush with more of white to create the highlights. As today's project is about the Texas roses for a faraway friend, so let me tell you a bit about the Texas roses. Now these are a variety of pink roses, and they are a Mexican native plant which is often used as ground cover in Texas. These flowers bloom in late spring and last until early fall. They grow along dry hillsides and in rocky areas as well. The plant prefers sun but can manage partial shade very well. So this kind of rose plant thrives in Texan weather. Hence the name Texas roses. There's another variety of Texas roses which are yellow in color. But this happens to be the pink one, which I am painting for you today. But this explains only half the title of today's project. But you might be thinking, Texas roses for a faraway friend. Now, who is that? Well, let me tell you, this faraway friend happens to be a very wonderful person, and she is my Marcia ma'am. She's an amazing soul, and we are great friends, although very recent. She is almost halfway across the globe from where I live. We meet online and we have a great time together, painting and having cheerful banter and good laughs as well. She is an amazing personality, enthusiastic, and always ready to learn new things. She has a wonderful family. She's warm, loving, and caring, and she loves to paint. So these Texas roses are dedicated to my Marcia ma'am. A couple of days ago, I found a very nice short poem on the internet. It echoes the same kind of sentiments I feel for Marcia ma'am. So I thought I should share with you today. So here it is, and I quote, "It's true that I have never seen you in person, only online. And we have never met, never shaken hands, or even truly hugged. And yet, I know for sure you care for me by the kindness that you give, and our keyboards keep us together. Doesn't matter where we live. So, I give you this gift to put a smile on your face and to let you know in my heart you have a special place." So, Marcia ma'am, I hope you like this poem and the thoughts behind it, and you are special for me. Thank you so much for believing in me. As the famous poet Khalil Gibran said, "A friend who is far away is sometimes much nearer than one who is at hand." And it is really true. On that note, I go back to my painting, and after I have created the Texas roses, I am trying to create another element, and that is a bluebird which is sitting on a branch close to the roses. I started by painting the body in white, and after that I'm dropping cerulean blue and white and trying to create some shades. At present, you will find me using the filbert brush, and that is very helpful in blending the blue and white together. And because the white acrylic is wet, so the blue blends in effortlessly. At this point, I have picked up some burnt sienna, but I already had some blue on the filbert, so the burnt sienna turned into some kind of an ochre. Now that's interesting, isn't it? It's a totally new color which I have formed accidentally. Well, more of white near the beak. I went ahead and picked up a liner brush with acrylic black on it, and I'm trying to create the beak and the eyes. A little more of feathery look, and that completes the bird. Yeah, I think it looks good enough at this point. So I go ahead and pick up some olive green on my liner brush and try to create a branch on which the bird is going to sit. So those are the claws with a liner brush and burnt sienna. So now it's time for the foliage. So I have deep green, yellow ochre, black, olive green and white acrylic and a flat brush number 6. So I'm picking up some deep green, yellow ochre and trying to mix the two along with a tinge of white. So this is triple loading of the brush. Instead of dark green, sometimes I would also pick up olive green to create a different effect for the leaves. Alright, so before I go on to make the foliage, I have picked up my liner brush and some olive green and a little bit of dark green on it to just color around the edges of the flower. Once that is done, I pick up some olive green and a lot of white to create this very faint green leaves with my liner brush. They will be the background leaves and the greener ones will come on top of these. Well, now I have deep green, yellow ochre and white on my flat brush number 6, and I'm creating the one stroke style of large leaves. If you are new to one stroke deco art style of painting, or you would like to refresh your rose and leaf skills, then I would encourage you to please visit my past videos, and I would be very happy to drop some of the links in the description box below. These leaves which you see right now, I have added more of deep green and no yellow ochre, it's just green and white. Do you like what you see? Well then, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Here I have picked up my liner brush and I have burnt umber on it, and I'm creating the stems. And the thorns as well. Some more lighter stems. Once done, I add tinges of white on burnt umber to create a more realistic looking stem and the veins of the leaves. Next, I pick up my flat brush number 4 and I have white acrylic, pink and permanent rose, and I go ahead and make some tiny buds. Once done, I remove the masking tape to reveal neat edges to the painted panel. Post this, I mount this painted panel on a white note card and add a sentiment to it. And that's a wrap on today's project. Hope you enjoyed watching me paint the Texas roses for a faraway friend. In case you would like to learn my kind of florals, then please connect with me on my social media handles, and it would be a great pleasure to be in touch with you. As always, thanks for being with me till the end. We'll be back very soon with more interesting floral videos. Till then, stay tuned. Bye-bye.